So this show is called MoxieTalk for a reason, and Moxie's basically grit, courage, perseverance, how you overcome things to get to where you are. What Moxie have you exhibited in your travels to get to where you are?
Well, it's kind of funny because for me, in my mind, I'm thinking I'm going to do whatever I need to do to like get to the gig or get to whatever I need to get to next. And I'm picking, I guess the one thing I would pick that I say that I've heard other people say that they say I'm really brave to do this is touring by myself in the UK and like driving everywhere. Like I for 4 weeks.
So you don't have any entourage or a small group of people?
No,
it's
not when I'm traveling because it's cheaper if it's just me.
No, that makes sense, but that's pretty insightful.
I mean, there will be
that's a lot of Moxie in my opinion.
Yeah,
especially in a foreign country.
Yeah, because it's kind of like, well, I'll save some money if and I think is like I love driving. Of course, it's a little different when you have to drive for 4 hours and then you have an hour and a half to chill out before you have to go to sound check and whatever.
Right.
Those days are the little more challenging days where I have to have my I guess what they call high tea over in England. I have to have like my second or maybe 2 cups of tea to recover.
Wind,
but yeah, I mean just driving all over the UK. Like I drove to Wales, had a couple of shows in Wales, and had a lot of shows in England, and was in, I just had 16 shows total, so it's 4 days on, 1 day off, 4 days on, 1 day off, kind of like in that pattern. It's definitely one of the most, enduring tours that I've ever done because, again, it's 4 weeks, and in the past, I just used public transit, but then this time it was I was bringing more merchandise, and it was just going to be cheaper and easier to just have a car than it was to do all the public transportation, especially for that many shows. So I just just took the car and just kind of just made it happen and learned a lot about myself and so it was so that's what people have told me oh, that's really brave, and I guess I'm well, I guess it is. I was just well, I got to do this. Here's my plan, and I'm just gonna follow through because again, when you were talking earlier about what is it that underlying what inspires you, the underlying thing to do music, and it's because the other aspect I love about it too, now that I perform, is seeing how my passion and my love for what I'm doing touches others in a meaningful way, and that interaction with the audience, and then after shows talking to people. I love meeting people after shows when I can, because it really means a lot to hear people's stories about my music and how they found out about my music, and I just love that I'm able to share something like that with people. So that's the drive. That's all right, well, I'm gonna wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning and drive 5 hours to the north of Wales and do this show. That's what keeps me going. So, yeah.